Hey everybody, this is Kody B talking to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. Welcome to our Relationship Marketing Weekly show. I'm telling you, these shows get more and more fun every week. We got quite a treat for you today. I've got a very, very special guest coming to us all the way out of Port Alberni, British Columbia, Canada. Dave Potter, welcome to our show today, Dave.
Thanks, Kody. Thanks for having me on today.
Well, we're sure excited to have you. Just want to take a minute and say hello to people as they're calling in. We got a whole bunch of people posting, saying hello. We've got people listening in. They're starting to come in live on the call right now from all over the world. I've noticed some people from Australia, some people from all over the place, even overseas, here in the United States, all the way through Canada. Welcome, everybody, to this special Facebook Live show today. Relationship marketing at its very best. Today, oh my goodness, this is going to be a whole lot of fun today. You'll notice my good friend Dave Potter is, he's got some interesting stuff on him. Dave, Dave, you own a tree service and you got a bunch of equipment on. Just tell us a little bit about all the stuff that's on your head and everything.
Well, I'm wearing a hard hat. I've got my earmuffs on, face shield. I've got a harness on that's hooked to a bucket. I'm up in the top of a bucket right now on the bucket truck.
So you're actually on the job. You're in the bucket. How high up in the air are you right now?
About 45, 50 feet right now.
You know, and before the show started, we're like, hey, how high up are you? And Dave says, oh, I'm not very high. I'm only like 45, 50 feet in the air. And most people, that's really high, Dave, just so you know. So, you know, you're coming live from on the job and you do some incredible stuff. Now, you know, a lot of us live down here in the States. We're not used to tree services, kind of like the type of work you do. Can you just explain a little bit about your company and the type of clients that you service?
Yeah, we service everything from residential customers, homeowners, to commercial jobs like the highways departments and BC Parks and Canadian Coast Guard. And we have, like, you know, anywhere from anybody that needs to deal with a tree, whether it be pruning it, whether it be shaping it or spower pruning, or if the tree's dangerous and it needs to be removed and it's hanging over their house, they'll call us up and we'll come with our specialized equipment, our bucket trucks, chip trucks, chippers, and we've got climbers, and we will take the tree out for them in a safe manner.
Now, see, where I'm from, when we talk about pruning, we're standing on the ground and like pruning bushes and stuff. You're pruning stuff that's way high up in the air. So a lot of what you do is kind of top a tree type stuff, right?
Yeah, well, there's often times that we'll be up 120 feet up in the air. Like if you can see that tree that's behind me there, that's probably about 125 feet tall. And oftentimes we'll be up there thinning out the tree, letting the wind go through it a little bit easier so that people don't have the fear as much of that tree coming and landing on their house.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. That's a good visual behind you there, seeing. So you're up on top of trees like that, pruning them, shaping them, those kind of very specialized service. So it's really cool to be able to listen. Now, the interesting thing here is that, you know, you run a small crew and you've tripled your business in the last 3 years. Started your business 5 years ago, tripled your business. It's almost all referral business. And you're going to share with us today a little bit about what that means, you know, how you do the referral business. You follow up with customers a lot. You use greeting cards, you use gifts to follow up with them. We're going to share some of those stories. But my question is, I know that you spend the majority of your time in that bucket. I mean, you and your crew is that you're up off the ground doing this work almost all the time.
Yeah.
When do you possibly have time to follow up with your customers with a custom greeting card gift that they receive in the mail? I mean, when do you do that? Because you're up in the tree all the time.
Well, I don't know if you can see here, but I have a pocket right in my front here, and I just pull out my cell phone. I carry this thing with me everywhere I go. It's either in this pocket here or it's in the pocket in the front of my pants. And I am continually taking pictures. I'm looking for opportunities throughout the job. It's as important to me now to get cool photographs on the job, of the customers, of their property, as it is doing the work, because I know that what's coming next. And so, yeah, I just, every opportunity I get, I'm taking a cool shot of their house or of them. And I just simply go to my app on this phone and click on it and click create card and write out it types it out in my own handwriting. I hit the mic and I say, "Dear Mrs. Smith, thank you so much for the tree work. We really appreciate your business, from Dave and the Totem crew." And I just go into the gift store every time, click on a pack of brownies or sea salt caramels, and I type in their address and hit send, and that's done usually between 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how accessible their address is.
And you literally do it on the job from 50 to 100 feet in the air in the bucket.
Yeah.
So I guess what we say is there's really no excuse for anybody to not follow up with their customers, right? I mean,
no, there isn't.
Yeah, but that's amazing. In fact, what you shared earlier with me a story. You went to a dentist's home and you did some work for a dentist. Could you kind of just tell us that story real quick? Because I happen to have a copy of the greeting card you sent him. So just tell us a little bit about it. This is pretty cool.
Oh, well, I just took a shot of their lake home. It's nestled in the trees. So when I was up in the bucket, I took a cool shot of that. And then I got my my groundman to take a kind of a unique photograph. And he probably wondered what I was yelling at him for. I said, "Jay, can you please grab me those 2 leaves on the ground there?" And he's like, brings up these 2 leaves to me, and I'm filing my saw on the top of the teeth on my chainsaw on the top of the headache rack on my bucket truck. And I just said, "Hey, can you go over there and just take a picture of me?" And so you'll see in a second there when Kody shows you the card why. But yeah, I just went into the card section and clicked on thank you cards. And because he's a dentist, I just typed in dentist, and I picked one that I thought he might appreciate. And you can see it there. And yeah, so then inside the card, I did a little bit of modifications and typed it out.
So here is the picture in the bucket over his house, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that gives you a good idea of where you're sending greeting cards from out of your bucket, way high up in the sky. And you got a nice little message. It was super nice to meet you both. It was a pleasure working at your beautiful place at the lake today. Thank you so much for the work. We really appreciate your business. And it comes from there. Now, what you were talking about, this is pretty cool. If you can see this, I'm going to get up close there. So this is Dave messing around. Dave time, funny guy. So he says, "Just filing my teeth." Now he's doing that with a chainsaw. Just filing my teeth, or should I just leave them alone? Should I just leave?
Gotta have fun.
I couldn't help myself. Thanks again, Dave. So you're just having a good time, and obviously he's having a good time. And on the back, you got a picture of you and Jenny, your wife. You run this business together, and
yeah,
super, super cool greeting card. Now you always send gifts with it. What did you send with this?
I put some thought into that one, actually, Kody. I was going to send him brownies, and I thought, no, I'm not going to send the brownies this time. I'll send the sea salt caramels. So I just sent him those.
Well, that's super cool. It's great to see, the unique way in which you do this. Now, we were talking a little bit earlier, and I want to make sure that this is important. This is a very important message, a great training opportunity for those listening in to learn what relationship marketing is about. You're talking about the fact that you take these pictures, you've trained your crew how to take these pictures.
Yeah.
All of you follow up your clients this way, but in doing that, it has changed the way that you service your clients. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's this last couple years of doing this on a regular basis has changed me as a person. I feel that I'm a lot different than I was 2 years ago. So if a job takes a little bit longer than it would, than we expected it to, that's okay. Where, maybe before I might have felt that pressure to get the job done quicker and to make that money, but now it's not as important. What's important is creating the relationship with the clients and making sure that the job is done correctly and that we take the time. And my crew knows that's important to me, and it's important to them now as well. And we're all excited about sending cards and getting those phone calls from the customers.
So would it be safe to say that you've always provided a stellar service? I mean, that's just the type of person you are. But would it be safe to say that since you started sending these greeting cards out as a follow-up, that your quality of service with you and your staff has increased?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's no question that we're just better people from doing this consistently. Like appreciating, being thankful every day for the opportunity to work on people's homes, that we have work, having an abundant mindset. It's all played a huge integral part to who we are as business owners, and we're reaping the benefits from that, Kody. It's huge. Like we're just the act of giving back to
I don't know if it's this way with everybody else. Are you there still, Dave? You kind of froze up there for a second. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep, there you go. So you were just finishing up the thought about the act of service with your customers. So really good. So that's funny that just happened because we were joking before the show, and you have a game that you play. What's your game that you play?
Okay, Melissa, this is for you.
It's called the freeze game. This is the freeze game, everybody. So we like to have a good time. We don't try to be all stuffy on this show. So we have the freeze game when we do these live, big, important shows. And there comes a time when you just freeze.
You got me.
That's for you, Melissa Barlock. That is for you. That was great. I love that. That was really cool. So another thing, just I love your philosophy, brother. I love the deep, caring attitude that you have of sending positivity to the world. And you've talked about how it changed you as a human being. We're all about bringing the human race together through kindness. That's what we're doing, and you're a great example of that. And as you mentioned, you and your staff and everybody that you know has become better people because you send appreciation out to others. So stellar example that you are. We appreciate that. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is just part of your process. You actually do what I would call, and other guests that have been on here call, thanking people through the process. So you thank people through the process. It starts with when you do an estimate on a job, and then it carries on from there. Can you just walk us through the process of the different times or the different card triggers that you have when you send cards to people?
Yeah, so oftentimes, not every time, but most times when I'm going to do an estimate, I will find an opportunity to ask the customer if I can take a picture of them in front of their house or in front of their tree, and sometimes they'll ask, may I ask why? And I usually just respond by saying, well, you'll see in about a week, and leave it at that. And so I'll send them a nice to meet you card, and just say, hey, it was really nice to meet you the other day. Thank you for the opportunity to bid on your tree job from Dave and the Totem Crew. And I'll get, like, for an example, the other day, Kody, I did that. Guy's name was Louis, and he asked me to come and give him an estimate on removing a laurel hedge, a beautiful laurel hedge. He just moved to the Alberni Valley, and he wanted to take this hedge out. And I said, Louis, you don't want to take this hedge out. This is a beautiful hedge, and it's going to provide you with amazing privacy. You got a beautiful heritage home here. Why don't you leave it? And I said, Louis, do you mind if I take your picture? And he said, sure. I took his picture, and a couple days ago, I got a call from Louis, and he said, Dave, I just want to thank you, first of all, for convincing me to leave my hedge. I love it. I absolutely love it now. And those brownies were awesome. Thank you so much. And he asked me if I could come by and trim this maple tree that he had in his backyard. I hadn't given him a quote on it. He just wanted to connect with me. And that card that I sent him, he really appreciated it.
It's interesting. I love this story because it really teaches a lot of the principles that we teach about relationship marketing. Most people that are in business are looking for the immediate sell, the immediate deal. So here you are out doing an estimate.
Yeah.
And you talked the guy out of giving you work.
Yeah.
That's not, most people in business don't understand this concept. You paid gas money to get there. You sat with them, you took an hour of your time, and you literally talked him out of giving you money.
Yeah. Because
you knew it was best for him. And on top of that, you thanked him with a card and brownies.
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is Louis will be a raving fan of yours for the rest of his life.
Yeah. That's right.
That is a super cool story. Appreciate you sharing that. And then, of course, you do the follow-up card after you, while you're doing the service itself. You've already given examples of that.
Yeah.
You send,
so I just, like, for another example here, just yesterday I did a job for a lady, Ellen, about a week ago, and I got this call yesterday afternoon. I thought I recognized the number, and when I answered, she said, Dave, I'm just absolutely blown away. I just got a package in the mail today, and I opened it up, and there was a picture of my house. I've never seen my house from that angle before. It's absolutely beautiful. And she said, thank you so much. And then I got it. The brownies are so good. And she said, I just want to thank you. We really need more people like you in this world. And I just thanked her for her call, and told her that, that.
Yeah, that's
taking those pictures, and
that's very, very cool.
Creating the card.
Love your stories. We love your passion. We love the unique way in which you have taught all of us today. Relationship marketing at its very best, my friends. From 55 feet in a tree, in a bucket. This guy and his crew, Dave Potter and his crew, send these incredible cards and gifts out to people. And as a result, they've increased their quality of service and increased their referral business, tripled the size of your company in the last 3 years. Congratulations, Dave. Thank you for the time that you've spent with us today. We want to thank all of you for being on the Relationship Marketing Show today. Make sure that you share this with other people. This is a unique story that needs to be shared as possible. And we'll see you next time on our Relationship Marketing Weekly Show. Take care of everybody now.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kody.